beyond. And I was reading over and over, it said going beyond our limits. I think part of the way we want to go beyond our limits is to be able to see what our limits are. My topic is going beyond money, and I've talked to you guys a lot about money, so I'm going to help us go beyond money. About 2 years ago, around this time, I think, I came from a period of prayer. We did some fasting, for those of you who know what that means. And after we did that, I got back to my rhythms. I wanted to start the year strong. I had a workout program. And I remember I had a late night because I had to do some video calls at that night. And in the morning, when I did the workout, I figured I'll do heavy legs just to catch up. So I did some legs, I did my squats, I did some really heavy squats to just get the burst. And then I did some cardio. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because I consider myself pretty fit. But after I did the cardio, I started feeling my body go, like, alam mo yung feeling na parang nahihilo kayo? Parang whoa. Whoa, nangyari ngayon. Parang whoa, hindi ako sanay sa ganito, medyo nahihilo ako. But okay lang, I've been here before, yung mga galing ka sa matagal na break, hindi ka nag-exercise, biglang balik. Usually happens. I figured I've been here before, this is normal. I'm like, okay, it's cool. Catch your breath, check your heart rate. So I'm checking my heart rate. I'm like, okay. Alright. Okay, finished on the exercise. I did one last burst. Then I was gonna go up, so our house has 3 levels. I was coming from the basement where I did the workout. I was gonna go up in the back to our kitchen. My kids and my wife were still sleeping, or I thought they were still asleep. So I now go, and I'm going up the stairs. Eh sabi ko, parang medyo hinihingal pa ako Tapos parang, hindi lang ako nahihilo. Parang things are going a little bit dark. Alam mo yung parang hihimatayin ka? Hindi yung feeling na gano'n? So I felt that, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? So I stopped myself first before climbing the stairs, and I'm like, okay, I'm alright, I'm pretty strong. I climb up again, I'm like, whoa, it's okay, I'm cool. I made it all the way up to the stairs, and I'm about to enter the kitchen. And as I'm about to enter the kitchen, the last thing I remember is the door, and then I wake up on the floor. Sorry, the last thing I remember was the door, and someone goes, kasi yung kasambahay namin nandun, yung nagluluto. So, I go in, I wake up, and as I wake up, I hear voices. Sir, pagking driver, sir, okay ka lang, sir. And I'm like, okay lang. But you know what? I couldn't see enough. So I was like, so I closed my eyes again and I said, I cannot see. So they helped me up, sir, they helped me up. And then they brought me inside. I was feeling my way. I sat in the kitchen. This is our kitchen dining table. I sat at the end of it. I remember what it feels like. And then I got my hands on the table as I was sitting. And then I tried to do it again. I said, 1, 2, 3, open. I couldn't see anything. So I said, oh my gosh. What if I lost my eyesight? What if my brain snapped? I fell, right? I didn't know what happened. What if my brain snapped and this would be the last memory I had and this would be the last experience I had? Nakakahiya. Exercise ang huli kong experience sa mundong to. So I was there, I was like, this is not gonna be the end. I said, oh my goodness. And then I heard my kids say, Daddy, good morning. So I go, good morning. Inisip ko, diba? It's not a good morning. I said, oh, they don't know what's going on. So I said, okay, hi kids, where's your mom? And they said, she's coming. Then I heard my wife go, hi honey. So yung wife ko, hi honey, how are you? Sabi ko, I can't see. And then I closed my eyes for a little bit. And she was about to say, what? Relax na sila, what? Kasi they didn't know what was going on. The helper was there, the driver. And then she goes, and then I closed my eyes one more time and I said, God, please, do not let this be my last moment. I don't want this to be the last moment. This is not how I want to go. So as I was going through that in my mind, I said, please, I'm sorry if I worked out so hard. Patawarin mo na ako, I just don't want this to be the end. And then I said, okay. I closed my eyes and I prayed one more time. I said, please, let me see. Then I opened my eyes again, wala pa rin. And so I said, you know, in that moment I really said, okay, if this is it, at least I got to hear my children. At least I got to hear my wife. And if I look back at my life, at least to the best of my ability, I followed God as best as I could. Sayang lang kung exercise ang maging huling experience ko. But I said, so sabi ko, Lord, okay, you know what, this is it. I don't want this, but you know what, okay. Then I closed my eyes, but I said, but one more time, Lord, sige na, please. Please lang, please. If it is your will you let me see? And then I opened my eyes. And as I opened my eyes, after that prayer, alam niyo yung feeling na, meron na ba sa inyong tinamaan sa mata? For whatever, parang napuwing ka, or tinamaan ka ng anak mo, or kaibigan mo, or basketball. And I opened my eyes, and it was like there was a coating of blood, or something, as it was all shadows. But I could start seeing the shadows, and I said, oh, I can see the shadows. And then I saw my wife, and then I held her hand, and it became clear, and the first face I saw was my wife. And I said, baby, I'm so glad I can see you. And I shared that moment. And after that, I said, okay, there might be something wrong. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, no, I think it was because, and she explained, when you work out your legs, the legs take so much of our body that it takes so much of the blood supply. So when you work it hard, it works your heart very hard. And if you haven't done it in a while, there will be a lack of oxygen in your brain. And what will happen? Hihimatayin ka. That's what happened to me. But I said to myself, you know what? Kung hinimatay ako dun sa hagdan, I would have been dead. If I had fallen on the kitchen counter when the door opened, I would have cracked my head and I would have been dead. I realized my limitations. My body is not as strong as I thought it was. I also realized that life is so short and fragile. In just a moment, I could have ended my whole life just like that. So, if we want to be able to go beyond our limits, we need to also be honest with what our limits are. And the reason I say that as we start today is because even in this area of money, my proposal this morning in our conversation is about, I want to propose a mindset that I've had for the longest time. Here's the mindset. It says, life is a sum of the choices we make today. Hindi po natin kontrolado ang mangyayari bukas. Diba? I mean, we can try, but we don't really know. We don't know. I mean, suddenly, my parents came from this cruise in New Zealand. And if you follow the news, a volcano erupted in New Zealand on one of the favorite spots of tourists. At may umikot pa nga na viral na video na supposedly ito yung itsura ng island. Hindi po totoo yung video na yun. Nakita ko kasi yung video na yun sa Earthquake Museum sa New Zealand. Simulated lang. So anyway, they were on that tour and they were going to go to that island where the volcano erupted. Pero puno na. So they went to another island. And so when we heard in the news, we were all messaging, are you okay? We heard about this volcano and they said, yes, we did not know that. And we guys, wow. 5 people died from that tour because the volcano erupted. Nobody was expecting it. Although they knew it was an active volcano, tourist spot eh. So baba sila yung picture, boom, erupt, patay. The whole cruise stopped. They had to adjust their whole itinerary. They had to grieve for the families. The government had to work with them. So guys, you know, we don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what will happen to us. It's a sobering reality, but it can also be very encouraging. How can it be encouraging if we maximize today? Life is a sum of the choices we make today. So my 2-word message for all of you amazing Extreme 111 folks as we come into this new year and we think about going beyond, even in the area of money, is this. Maximize today. Look at the person beside you and say, maximize today. Go!
Maximize today. Maximize today. Maximize today.
Whatever choices you are faced with, whatever future you want to be able to achieve, you cannot control that, but you can control today. The choice today. So what I will do, using this analogy of a ladder is, we will go round by round. Take today, make a good choice today, and then another good choice tomorrow when it is tomorrow, and then the next choice. And as you keep making these choices, you will see your life go beyond what you possibly expected or dreamed of. Not by so many other things, but by saying today, these are the choices I will make. Okay, man? So let's unpack that. What does that look like? How does this fit into your whole grand scheme? If we want to go farther and climb higher, we need to do it by making good choices today. One choice at a time, one rung at a time. So, let's start. The first rung, the first step in this idea, the first choice, I will encourage all of us to do. Bagong taon na, di ba? Look at the person beside you and say, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Ito na. Sabihin mo, ito na.
Ito na.
Magbabago na talaga tayo, di ba?
Bago talaga
Ito na talaga, guys.
Zip.
Promise. Okay. So, how do we start it differently? My suggestion, as you look at your life today, at ang ganda ng context, you have a retreat, you have this time to be able to think and step back. Alam niyo ba saan nagaling yung salitang retreat? Sa retreat. Kung gera, ano mangyayari pag nag-retreat sa gera? Ano? Tama, di ba? So laban, laban, guys, retreat. Ako, trust. And then ano bang gagawin natin? Paano ba tayo lalaban ulit? O sige, laban ulit. Malinaw? That's where the word retreat comes from. You're stepping back, you're saying, okay, ito yung buhay ko, laban, teka muna. Retreat muna. Step back from your life, ask hard questions, so that you can make good choices today and get back to the battle. So I would suggest as you step back, this first area that you really want to do at this time is look at your past and embrace it. Ano ba ang mga nangyayari sa buhay ko na hindi ba hinaharap? There may be things that you have not confronted, people you have not forgiven, issues you have not resolved. Para sige, happy lang, okay lang, kakalimutan ko yung mga problema. And dahil kailangan happy lang, happy, think positive, be positive. Really? If you want to maximize today, if you want to go beyond, even in the area of money, we need to be able to confront these things, embrace it. How? Let me give you some practical ways. How do we embrace our past? Alam niyo po, ako, oversharing lang ba, lumaki ako very insecure, super insecure. Dahil siguro yung tatay ko, ako yung panganay na lalaki, only son, 3 sisters, and yung dad ko super achiever. Honor students, athletes, leader, tapos after he went to the most difficult honors program in the blue school, galing po sa blue school, went to this blue school, he went off to Stanford for his MBA, he was part of the Silicon Valley 70s when a lot of the technology we have started. Yung computer, kinukwento niya sa akin, kasi laki ng isang kwarto, gano'n, sobra siyang achiever. So sabi ko, ako din, gusto ko maging achiever. Pero because my dad was very hard on me, kung may uwi ako na 4 ang A, isang B, sasabihin sa akin, bakit kami B? Baka na problema natin, diba? Kailangan ayusin mo yan. Wow, talaga? So ganun ako, parang insecure, parang I'm always trying to prove myself. And may isang time, dahil mahilig ako maglaro sa labas, I was a short kid, very dark skin, kasi mahilig ako sa labas ng art. Pero hindi lang yung dark, yung talagang parang sunog-sunog, tapos marami akong peklat, dahil kung anong sugat na nakuha ko, parang pakialam. Pero yung lola ko, nung hinatid niya ako isang beses, kasama ko yung pinsan ko, hinatid niya kami sa school. Sabi niya sa pinsan ko, oh, galingan mo, mahal na mahal kita. In English, I love you so much, I'm so proud of you. Tapos labas siya sa kotse. Pagdating sa akin, sabi niya, bakit ang pangit-pangit mo? Ganon! Tapos sabi ko, tinignan ko yung lola ko, 9 years old ako, tinignan ko siya, sabi ko, ano sabihin ko, di ba? Tapos labas ako, ang pangit-pangit ko. Pero ngayon, di ba na? Joke lang. Retreat. So, I grew up very insecure, so sabi ko, wow, I felt very bad about myself. Wow, hindi ko alam yun. Bakit ko pala? Wala akong pakialam doon hanggang sinabi sa akin lola ko. And then, because I was so insecure, I grew up trying to prove myself, trying to find ways to fill the parang kulang pa ako eh. Hanap ako ng girlfriend, gusto ko yung maganda, sikat. Isang vacation sa US, I spent 2 months and I drank all the milk. I ate as much of the meat as possible. And I have this theory that American milk and meat has hormones and steroids. So I gained 40 pounds. Muscle. I grew, I shot up, I came back. And because I wasn't under the sun so much anymore, my skin changed, I had braces. Sabi ng lola ko sa akin, nagbago ka. So I felt, okay na ako, di ba? So ito na. Girls began to like me, and I I got this girlfriend, she was an upcoming model, biglang lumalapit sa akin mga agents, gusto ko daw maging model, sabi ko, sure, so ito na, sabi ko, wow, ang galing ko, di ba? I was trying to prove, I was an honor student in school, I was the captain of my varsity team, sabi ko, okay ako big time. That's what I felt. And I'm sharing all of this because it came to a point where I had to make a hard choice. And I will share that later. Okay lang ba? In the meantime, why am I talking about embracing our past na kwento ko yun? Because in this moment, now I'm older, someone, a mentor of mine, gave me a wonderful perspective. He said, Edric, have you ever looked at the unchangeables in your life and embraced them? If I could tell my younger 9-year-old self, si Edric na, sinabihan ng lola niya ang pangit-pangit ko, tapos naging very insecure. If I could go back to him as a young boy, alam mo sabihin ko sa kanya, Edric, you have nothing to prove. How old is your, is that your son? I know not your son. Pamangkin, hindi. It's your friend. How old are you? You look young. 8 years old, what's your name? Hansi. Hansi? Like Hansi? Okay? Hansi, look at me. Hansi, you have nothing to prove. Hansi, God has made you the way you are. And God makes no mistakes. Can you look at the person beside you right now and say, God made you the way you are, He makes no mistakes. Go.
He makes no mistakes. God made you the way you are.
Embrace the unchangeables. Guys, yung kulay ng mata natin, pwede naman yan, mga contacts, ngayon lang nauso yan, di ba? Pero sa totoo lang, God makes no mistakes. If He made you to have black eyes, you have amazing, beautiful black eyes. Because He made them. If He made them medyo dark brown, sige, magpanggap ka dark brown sa black. Okay na. Dark brown, sure. Dark brown, that's what you have. If it's light brown, light brown. God made your nose the way it is. May rap dati nung panahon natin si Francis Magalona. Huwag kang mahihiya kung ang ilong mo ay yun yung ginawa ng Diyos. Hindi sila kakamali, di ba? Alam mo because I've been able to travel the world, beauty is subjective. It is subjective. Yung mga sa Pilipinas lumaki ko, yung isang kita ko sinasabi sa pinsan ko dati, uy, huwag ka dyan sa ilalim, araw iitim ka, papangit ka. Bakit ka papangit? Pag-itim ka. Tama, di ba? Kapapangit. Sa Europe, grabe. Oh, ganda ng balbong, itim mo. Nalito ako, paano mapangit pagka mamamay ka kulay? So it's very subjective. So, if your nose is the way it is, embrace it. Change it. Now, syempre may velo, pwede palitan. That's minor. But are you trying to understand the spirit of what I'm saying? Yes. If you want to be able to do something different and go beyond, today embrace these unchangeables. This is how I was built. I need to embrace it. The nose, eyes, skin color. You know, sure you can do whitening. Sure, I mean, I'm not gonna go and challenge that if that's what you feel will help you, you know, in your nose, whatever. But I'm trying to go to the heart of the thinking process. Ano bang nasa loob ng isip natin, sa loob ng puso natin? Is it because we're also insecure? Is it because we feel like we have to prove something? If it is, then let me tell you something again. God makes no mistakes. The Bible tells us you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The Bible says, even before you were yet formed, I knew you. I designed you. I thought about you. That's how special you are. So, can you help your neighbor again and tell them with all sincerity, you are special. Go.
You are special.
Hindi dahil magaling ka, hindi dahil maganda ka, hindi dahil marami kang pera, you are special because God designed you. Are you with me?
Yes.
We are special not because of anything we do or what we have done, but just because God designed us. So, embrace the unchangeable. Skin color, citizenship. Some people are like, alam mo, gusto ko na talaga. Let me tell you something. If we really want the Philippines to change, if we really want to see the Philippines change, my mindset is we need to be the best Filipino we can be. So Duterte has his role. He's the president. He has a cabinet. We have all these elected officials. Sure, they do their job, but it's not up to them.
Ayaw mo ata ang
Gusto natin talaga mabasin sa Pilipinas. It's a plus. So, question.
Wala pa, di ba? Kasi,
Di ba bakit ba tayo?
maglalaro lang yan.
Pagka sinasabi ng stoplight, stop, nagsastop pa tayo. Pagka nagawin tayo ng kalsada, may pedestrian crossing, tuba talaga tayo. Hahanapin natin yung don't cross it. Yun yung mas exciting eh. Hindi, totoo sa akin lang. Ask yourself some honest questions. Hindi ako nandito. Bato ba ito sa langit?
Tama.
Hard questions. Are we doing the best we can to be the best Filipino we can possibly be? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. So, if you're saying, alam mo, sana hindi ako pinanganak bilang Pinoy. Sana Australian na lang ako. Or Chinese, or Korean. Sa mamahin sa telenovela, hey, okay mo Korean, no? Kamsahamnida. So, let me tell you something. God makes no mistakes. He could have chosen you to be born in any other time, in any other skin color, in any other race, in any other family, in any other financial situation, but He chose the circumstances you had. And you know why? Because He has a unique and special plan for you. The question is, ano ba yung mindset natin? Kasi ito lang ito yung nangyari sa akin. So, kawawa naman ako. Or will we say, salamat tayo. Ito ang nangyari sa akin. I will do what I can with what I have been given. Tama ba? Baka sabihin niyo, Edric, ang galing mo magsalita dahil iba naman ang buhay mo eh. Yung co-host ko in On The Money, her name is Salvi Duplito. Look her up. In one of the shows, binaliktad namin yung episode. Ako nagtanong sa kanya, ano bang kwento ng buhay mo? Si Salvi lumaki mahirap. Sa probinsya. Mahirap talaga sila. Ang sabi niya sa akin, siya na nagsabi nito, siya may karapatan sa magsalita na nito. Hindi na siya mahirap ngayon. Ang sabi niya sa akin, Edric, to be born poor is an excuse, but to die poor is not an excuse. Malino ba? Hindi po ibig sabihin lahat tayo maging milyonaryo. That's not what I'm promoting right now. What I'm promoting is we have the opportunity to make choices today that will change our future. If we choose to say, hanggang dito lang ako, dahil mahirap ang pamilya ko, dahil mahirap ako, dahil hindi mo alam ang nature ng pamilya ko, broken family kami, Edric. Sa mundo ngayon, may family tree sa amin, family jungle. The truth is, that does not have to define you. So you need to embrace these unchangeables. God, thank you for giving me this eye color. Thank you for giving me this skin color, this nose, this hair color, this citizenship, this family, kahit kinahihiyan ko sila or kahit may issue kami. Thank you because you make no mistakes. Ngayon, hindi ibig sabihin nun na pag tinanggap mo, kasi nandito nito, tinanggap ko na, so wala na akong gagawin. That's not complacency. Are you with me? And I'm going to unpack that as we go forward. But the first step, the first baseline is to say, ano ba itong mga unchangeables sa buhay ko? Na bakit hindi pa tinatanggap? Hanggang ngayon, parang si Edric insecure ako. Dahil I'm fighting it. I'm trying to do all sorts of things to feel better. When reality is, I just need to embrace this. Say, okay, God, it's part of your design. Let me embrace this. My wife, when she speaks later, will unpack this a little bit more. In the meantime, let me carry on. Is that okay? Yes. Now, let's also embrace the changeables. So itong mga hindi ko pwedeng palitan, the family I came from, the citizenship, all these things. There are also things that we can change. So part of embracing the past is now changing what we can. For example, sabi ko kanina, baka may mga relationships hindi pa naayos. A big thing you may want to think about is forgiveness. There's a powerful workshop we went through by a best-selling author named Bruce Wilkinson. He talked about forgiveness. And my wife will talk a lot more about this, but I'm just going to give you a very quick overview of how forgiveness can happen based in his example. Ipapakita ko lang sa inyo, picture ninyo, kikwento ko, then I'll move on. Is that okay? Alright, so here are the quick steps. Prepare. So if I'm going to forgive and do something different this year, the choice I will make today is I will decide, yes, I will forgive this year. I will write the names. Sino ba yung mga kailangan kong patawarin? And I will list na ano bang ginawa nila sa akin. Yung kasama ko sa 6111, hindi binigay sa akin yung commission. Joke lang. Ginawa niyo yung client ko. Hindi, joke lang. So, write it down, list it out, and be as honest as you can be. If it takes a day, take the whole day. Write it down. And then, next, open your heart. Okay, ito na. I have to be ready. Mabigat eh. But I will open my heart. Number 3, extend compassion. Alam mo, itong tao nito, meron din siguro nila na kaya nangyari sa akin to. O kaya niya nagawa ito. And then, release each person from your inner heart prison. I need to let it go. Diba? Sa Frozen, ano ba yung pinakasikat na kanta ng Frozen? I need to let it go. I need to be able to let it go from my heart prison, these people, it says and then you will now forgive. I forgive Juan de la Cruz for doing this to me. I forgive Jane de la Cruz for doing this to me, for the wounds that they've had. And then finally, ito yung mahirap. And I pray for them, that they too will experience